Hi guys, welcome to Extra Extra. This is my video series where I talk about what it's like to be an extra, a background actor. I have another video on this and I might do more. You guys seem to like them. And I want to tell you about what it's like to work on the scenes in Hollywood, what it's like to be in movies and TV shows when you're not really such a big shot where they are asking you to talk or do much of anything except walk. Sometimes you do a little more, and we can get into that. Today, I want to focus a little bit on some problems when you're shooting, some things that don't always go as planned. But first, I want to answer some questions. I got no questions, except for one. A lot of comments were really just saying that they really like the video series idea, and they want me to just say everything there is about it. And so that's what I plan to do over the course of several videos. But one question stood out from Sabrina Com. She asked me to do something. She asked me to show scenes that I am in. And I don't have video clips, but I do have pictures. And I'm going to show them probably throughout the course of my extra career. But here is a picture of me on Parks and Recreation. That is Aubrey Plaza in front of me trying to steal my limelight. But there I am, buzzed hair, suit. That's my own suit. They make you bring your own clothes. In order to get a lot of these jobs, you need to bring and own the correct wardrobe. Owning a suit for men is a plus. Now, I had to be clean shaven and have the look. Whenever you are doing this, they make you take pictures and they want you to have a certain look. If they see that picture and they pick you out, they want you to come looking like that picture. So for the longest time, I had to shave a lot and I didn't really enjoy doing that. My fiance didn't really like me doing that, but that's what it took to be a big star like I was. So that's me in Parks and Recreation. That was filmed in Los Angeles, Hollywood, but it supposedly took place in Washington, D.C. That is the magic of filmmaking. Anyway, I wanted to talk about some problems that happened on set. Once upon a time, I was on a Lifetime movie. Maybe it was Oxygen, but I was told it was Lifetime. They told me the movie was called High School Crush. I cannot find any mention of a movie called High School Crush for the life of me. They probably renamed it. I don't know. I can tell you what the plot was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about a teacher that got obsessed with one of her students. One day, I was called to bring my car and be in this movie. Not just as an extra. I played an extra later that night at a party. But I also played a body double for the main student character. They had me drive somebody else's car, so I didn't get paid extra for bringing my own car. They had me drive somebody else's car, and they filmed me from the back, from another car. So they had the student being stalked by the teacher. I was the student getting stalked. Now, the way they film these movies is low budget and guerrilla as hell. They were just on some random boulevard. Random streets that just had people living their lives. It was not on a studio set like most movies are. This was made for TV, get it out quick. So they had me driving around these streets, and a lot of these people did not know that their cars were going to be in a Lifetime movie. But I was in the Lifetime movie, they were in the Lifetime movie, and the way they were filming it was on a 2-lane street, meaning there was not one lane, but there was 2 lanes going in the same direction. So they wanted to get the shot, right? So they had me driving. They told me to drive about 20 miles an hour, where the rest of traffic was trying to move at about 50. So they had me driving at 20 miles an hour. Guy in a truck was driving next to me, parallel, 2 cars. So here I am driving 20 miles an hour. Guy comes up next to me driving 20 miles an hour. Remember, there's only 2 lanes. So we are driving 20 miles an hour, completely blocking traffic to make a terrible movie. And of course we got honks. We got lots of honks. Pissed people off. And that I thought was an interesting way to spend my day. Now, because I was a body double, I had to arrive early. And I spent my whole entire day doing this. It was kind of cool to be a body double for a movie regardless of how bad it was. But the thing about it that kind of sucks, and I wanted to talk about pay, when you are doing this and you're not union, you are getting paid on a certain scale. So you get paid for 8 hours, no matter how much time you're there. you get paid for 8 hours. So if you're there for 8 hours, you get paid for 8 hours. If you're there for 1 hour, you get paid for 8 hours, and everything in between. Now, if you go over 8 hours, you get overtime, and then at a certain point it becomes double time, and I think they have golden time. I don't know if that's union only, but you do start to make a lot more money. However, within those first 8 hours, it's pretty much minimum wage. You are not making a good amount of money. Now, if you are straight out of high school, 18 years old, and you're living in LA, you should definitely be doing this. Easy money. You get to meet new people and just learn about the industry, especially if you're interested. So it's not a bad way to go. Now, after that, I was also playing a party guest, and there was a lot more people at that point. We all left at about the same time, and I was there for about 8 hours, and they were there for about 6. So they had to do less work, and they made the same amount of money. So that is where it can suck sometimes. But it is a learning experience, and normally when I drive, I got a car bump. All I had to have at this point was a license. And I have a license, but I am needing to digress. So I don't know if I really want to get into this, but another time there was a little bit of drama. Was on the set of Glee. We had to sign in. All us extras had to sign in to say, hey, I'm here. You have to pay me at the end of the day. One guy who was a regular, I had seen him many times before, he was signing in. There was a regular, I don't know if he was a grip, but he was a production guy. He was on set. He did handy stuff, and he was manning the clipboard that day. This guy with the clipboard and the extra got into it, and they started fighting, and they started getting wordy with each other, and the guy from Glee grabbed him by the neck and pretty much started threatening him. You know, when you're grabbing somebody by the neck and talking to them rudely, you're pretty much in threat territory. And I mean, the extra didn't back down, but it was just kind of intense. And when you are on set, you deal with a lot of attitudes. And before this day, I had seen this guy who worked on Glee several times on several different shoots, and he was usually a pretty cool guy. But he had a problem with this other guy. He had a problem with the extra. And you get to see different sides of people. However, most of the time, you just see one side. And a lot of people are pricks. A lot of people are just jerks in general in that industry. There's just no patience. And I mean, there's a saying that goes on in Hollywood, it's hurry up and wait. And it's very true. And I'm going too long. But I want to know your thoughts. That's me on Parks and Rec. Here's a bonus picture of me on Grey's Anatomy. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe for more if you haven't already. What do you want to know about being an extra? What do you want to know about being in Hollywood? I'm not currently in Hollywood, but I sure can talk about it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.